Hello, my nieces. Hello, my nephews. It's me, your Twin Flame Auntie, and I'm here to put you in timeout from the 5D and bring you back to Earth just for a little bit. Because let's face it, the 5D is pretty fun, but let's ground ourselves for a second here. Twin flames, are they of God or of the devil himself? Angelic, demonic? Let's talk about it. I find this topic very interesting. First of all, we all know by now that a lot of people cannot agree on what the twin flame journey is or where it's supposed to take you. So many people have so many different opinions, and guess what? I actually think that's okay. We are all put here on a different path. We believe different things, we have different values. So, why couldn't our understanding of the twin flame journey also be different? Now, on two very opposite sides of the fence, there's one camp that claims that twin flames are of God, that they're so spiritual that you ascend into the highest version of yourself and that you are here to help humanity. And then there's another camp that thinks that they are demonic, that the twin flame journey is really just getting into a relationship that is not good for you, where you're not treated well, and idolizing the person and going through hell. And a lot of people will say that it actually brought them to know Jesus, which I think is beautiful. But we'll say that the actual twin flame journey itself is demonic. And I find that so fascinating. So I want to be really honest with you. I am coming to the table with a lot of bias. I personally think that twin flames are of God. That's my opinion. However, I don't want to completely dismiss the side that says, no, it's demonic. I don't want to dismiss that at all. Because one thing that I don't want to do on this channel, or at least I want to try my best not to do it, is to point my finger at someone else's journey and say, no, that's wrong. You know, unless if it's something where like someone's scamming twin flames to try to make money off of them, I will point my finger at that all day long. But not another person's understanding of what it is. So even though I don't agree that twin flames are demonic or that the twin flame journey is demonic, I do think that there are some very serious dark elements of the twin flame journey that you kind of have to go through and survive before it gets better. And I want to talk about some of that, right? The dark night of the soul, let's just face it, the dark night of the soul, it's unlike anything I've ever felt. My soul had never felt so black and just uh, dark, right? I felt like I was living in the pits of hell at times. It felt like hell on earth. However, I'm not there today. I got out of it. And I can see how someone would say, "Ooh, that's demonic," because it brought me there, right? The utter hopelessness that people feel on the journey when the rejection, right? The rejection with someone you think that like, oh, I finally found it. I finally found the love of my life. And then it's like, no, just kidding. Haha. And they run, right? The rejection wound is so severe and can take you to very dark places before it gets better. Um, so I do want to acknowledge that, right? And then obsession and idolatry. Idolatry is a very real part of the twin flame journey. And in my opinion, getting out of the idolatry is kind of one of the biggest points of the journey, where you don't put someone higher than you, right? Who is of this earth, just because you had this really beautiful bubble love phase, right? And it's so hurtful when it ends out of nowhere. And I think there is this tendency to idolize the person that you had this with, your DM, your twin flame, and place them kind of above you and put you in the mindset that, oh, you need to raise your vibration and get worthy so you can have this person. I can't understand how someone could be like, whoa, that's satanic. I get it. The twin flame journey for so many people has got us to therapy, facing our shadows, fixing our, the darkest parts of ourselves and acknowledging it, right? People are getting sober and starting creative journeys and going out and doing volunteer work. So, how can that be demonic, despite how dark it actually truly gets? So, if you are new on this journey and you happen to stumble upon a bunch of YouTube videos of, ex witches or ex tarot readers saying, oh my God, the twin flame journey, it's so demonic and it's of Satan, just please don't be scared. Listen to them, listen to what they have to say, because I do think it is a fascinating way to look at it, even though I don't agree with it. But yeah, let's acknowledge that darkness that we all go through on it, right? But don't worry. There's plenty of us who really do not think it's satanic, and I do hope you come join our side. And if you do think the twin flame journey is satanic, I don't know. I hope you can see the lighter side of it one day. And I had actually posed this question on my community post, and I wanted to get another opinion. And I got this really cool comment from Messy Musings on YouTube, and the E in messy is a 3. I hope that's how you pronounce it. And so they say, everything is both neither. It depends on how you describe angelic and demonic, but most people can agree and simplify the terms as good and bad. And in that case, it's both and neither. It's a story phenomenon that goes beyond the duality of good and bad, and it brings us back to our true nature before any indoctrine of good and bad. And there's a lot to unpack there, but what I do agree with is that you actually do feel both heaven and hell in the journey. And I think the trick is to get maybe somewhere more neutral and leaning more to the words the heaven side and not going back to the hell side. Me personally, I will say that even though parts of the twin flame journey have been incredibly painful, I like who I became as a result of surviving it and continuing to journey on. And that is really what I want for you too, whatever your opinion of the twin flame journey may be. So just remember, your twin flame auntie loves you, and it's all going to be okay.